Hello there guys, time for another review. In this case we'll also be doing an unboxing. I've basically repackaged these as if they were new, so you'll see what they come with and how they're packaged. After that I'll go over a few characteristics of the sound and generally how I feel about these headphones, or in-ears. First, the box is very sturdy and made of some thick cardboard of some sort. It looks very nice and very professional, has all the basic information about what they are and who designed them and so on. And as well as a little window here where you can see one of the earbuds themselves. When you open it up, you're presented with, actually this thing should be there. You'd see it like this. And this is just a piece of foam covering this, which is the manual and general information about in-ear monitors and things to do and not to do, and just things that most people would know. Then you get this really nice little case with it, with leathery finish. It's a hardcover case. You can squish it, but it'll take quite a bit of weight. It's more than enough for if you were going to like throw it in your bag or something while traveling. In here you'll find all of the extra earbuds. There are quite a few different ones as you would expect with such a fairly expensive in-ear monitor. Also, the signature of Martin Logan is imprinted on the front of this case, as well as the name down here. Besides, you have the in-ears themselves, which are stuck in this velvety finished plastic outcut, and I think that's it. Yeah, nothing underneath there. Let's get this out of the way. So the earbuds themselves, they come wrapped with a string of velcro-y material, which you can keep this and use it for wrapping them up. It's quite handy. Then you have the earbuds themselves, and the plug, I think it has quite a nice finish. If I could get my camera to focus on this, it won't for some reason, but it's an angled plug, a very thin one, which is it has a bit of extra to give. So if you have a casing on your iPhone or phone or MP3 player or whatever you're going to use, it will fit if you have a case on it that has a recessed jack. It's a jack that works with iPhones and so on. Of course, it has the extra pin for using this, which is the microphone, as well as volume control and start stop and so on. Just your standard run-of-the-mill thing like you have on the buds that come with for example Apple products and so on. Just a standard one, but it's quite nice. It has this chrome finish in the back and seems very solid, made of rubber. The cable in general feels, well, it's fairly alright. It has a nice splitter down here with this thing if you want to keep them closer together, or if you want to wear them behind your neck, so that you can have the cord running down on the back like professionals often do with custom in-ear monitors. And then we get to the design itself. These are the housing is all metal so far as I can tell, and then it has the strain relief, which is made of rubber, and then it has a chrome backing here. Says Martin Logan on the side, and has, well, The buds have, I think it's quite a nice finish that the buds actually are the ones that show which one is right and which one is left via color coordinated buds, so that when you wear them you won't have, for example, a red and a white one sticking out of your ear, which might not be desirable to some if you want to look good while wearing them. That's assuming someone is actually going to get up close enough to realize which color earbuds are, but you know, it's most of this is just for the whole thing, the whole package to feel great anyway. But that being said, generally the build quality is top notch and not really anything to complain about there. And of course, I might want to mention, for those of you who don't know who Martin Logan is, it's a company that is one of the leading companies in producing electrostatic speakers. They often use a large electrostatic panel and then a dynamic subwoofer to produce the optimal sound to their ears. And going with that, keeping that in mind, I think this is the first product they've made that isn't a speaker, as far as I'm aware. It's definitely the first earphones they've ever made, and it's something that's begun happening with, for example, Focal made their over-the-air portable headphones, and so I guess Martin Logan thought, well, why shouldn't we be able to do that as well? And so they did. From what I've heard, Focal did fairly well with theirs. Nice build quality, cool finish, so on. And I'd say Martin Logan did just about the same thing. Good build quality, nice looks, very stylish. They're very comfortable when you wear them because they have this long, very thin housing that fits perfectly into your ear without touching anything that it shouldn't touch. Of course it will, the bud itself will, when to be able to seal off, but that's about it. Going from that, the sound, well, I think it represents the electrostatic sound fairly well in some parts and not so well in other parts. These earbuds are very detailed, and very precise. They have a very nice sound to them, nice solid bass. Generally they have quite a bit of power and oomph behind them. You can really feel the sound with these, and that's something that's not that common in in-ears. Now that can be both a good thing and a bad thing, of course. That can, one, mean that you've turned your music up too loud, or otherwise it's simply the result of the way the driver works, which it is in this case. But generally the sound is fairly neutral. They have, as far as I can tell, and from the frequency graphs I've watched, they are a bit bass heavy. Not bass heavy as in, say, something from the Sony Extra Bass series, but just that it's slightly above neutral, but not enough that it's a problem. It just adds some flavor to the sound, and that's, I think, generally what these do. They remind me in some ways a bit of the Odyssey headphones when you get to know them. They have a slight hint of darkness to the sound. That means the highs and upper mids are ever so slightly recessed. Not much, but just a little bit. And the result of that is a very full and a bit warm sounding overall sound signature. If you listen to it going straight from something completely neutral, but when you listen to them just those and nothing else, and don't compare it to something else, they will end up sounding very, very neutral and have a pretty good spatial awareness for an in-ear monitor, I'd say, and in general just quite satisfying sound. Good soundstage, pretty good imaging, nice bass, definitely very good. nicely controlled, not wobbly at all, with quite a bit of power behind it. The mids are very good, very smooth, detailed, crisp, nothing really to complain about there. The highs, they do seem to extend very well, and they are good quality, but faintly recessed, resulting in this, as I mentioned, this hint of darkness to the sound, which you might find in stronger meshes with something like the Odyssey headphones. So I'd say for the price these retail at, it's definitely recommended to at least try them if you're looking for a pair of stylish universal earbuds, and you're not a fan of the sound of balanced armature drivers, which I'm personally quite a fan of, but I do like normal dynamic drivers as well. But I think that's it for now. Feel free to ask me anything you like in the comment section, and please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like some more videos. Yeah, that's about it. Victor signing off. Bye.